First rule, never let them change you. Rule 2, do you to the fullest. And never be ashamed to. You just good at what they can't do. And they hate that. They wanna paint you in they color, put you in another. But what they don't accept and what they don't see, the best thing is what you already be.
Hello. Jen Rulon from jenrulon.com and Rulon Racing. So I am still in Kona, Hawaii. And as much as I would love to do my post-race vlog in front of the ocean, talking to y'all wouldn't be able to hear me because of the beautiful ocean waves crashing. So I decided to do it inside, sitting down, because I'm a little tired. I wonder why. So I'm gonna try to make this easy for you all and really try to go into the mind of what I was going through out on race day and just sort of a little bit about the course, because I will tell you this, I felt like it was almost an outer body experience. And I know that sounds really funny, but it really felt that way, because I look back now and I think, I don't remember most of that bike, or I don't remember half of that run, maybe because my calories were low, but my point being is that it was such a surreal moment in my Ironman triathlon journey that I want to share this with you all and really truly talk to you guys about what I was going through physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Yesterday, I was able to take a little time for myself, and that's exactly what I really needed on this journey, because this has been a long journey, and it's been a journey since I said I wanted to do that race in 1989, but then I've done so many Ironmans these last 5 years to get to Kona that my body is tired and my mind is tired, but my heart is full, and that's the great thing about this journey. So unfortunately, I had to drop off the silent partner of Rulon Racing yesterday, but I went up to Hapuna Beach and just sat. I put my phone on airplane mode, and it was exactly what I needed that day. And then I enjoyed the sunset from the condo and went and got some food and had a glass of wine, and I went to bed early. I'm really tired. So let's get going and let's talk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down. I'm going to talk about the swim, the bike, and the run, and they're going to be quick, short segments. At least that's what I'm hoping. And then the finish, and we'll talk about that. So, October 14th, 2017, Ironman Triathlon World Championship race morning. It was very emotional. As we were heading down there, my nerves got the best of me. I was feeling anxious. I was excited. There was just a lot of emotion going through. If you saw my Instagram stories, you saw, at one point I wanted to throw up. But we walked in to get our tri-tats, and we saw Daniela Reef go walking right in, and it was just a mass full of people, but the volunteers were amazing. So we walked in, got the tri-tats on. They were fantastic. We actually got weighed. They did weigh us, and then that was it. We go to the bike. It poured that morning, or that evening when we went to bed, and we thought, oh shoot, our bags were soaked, or whatever. Nothing was soaked. It was covered. Everything was covered. Obviously our bikes were wet, but no big deal. And just going in there to the World Championship, like my bike was there. Like that's just so mind-boggling. So I'm sitting there pumping up my tires, and I felt a tap on the shoulder, and I turned around. He goes, "Go get him, Jen." And it was Mike Riley, the voice of Ironman. And I reached over and I gave him a kiss on the cheek, and I'm like, "Thank you, friend." And he has just been so wonderful to me over the last year. I mean, we've connected, we've bonded. He's such a great person. So if you guys ever get a chance to meet him, please go up and say hi to him and get a selfie. You have to do it. Anyways, so that was great to see him. Anyways, so my start time did not start until 7:20. So I had a little bit of time. Chris and I found each other again, and we said a prayer, and then he took off because he started at 7:05. So I got to the water, and they wanted us to start getting into the water quickly, so by the time you swam over and lined up on the pier, or not on the pier, but in the water, that everybody was ready to go when that gun went off. So I've been told when you're there, if you have a buoy to hold on to make sure you do it. So there was a buoy, there was about 4 or 5 girls there just sort of hanging out, and I said to this one girl, I'm like, "Oh, what time it is?" She's like, "Oh, we got about 2 minutes." And then all of a sudden, boom, the gun goes off. I was like, "Oh crap." The sucky thing is I wanted to get more in the middle of the group, and so then I was in the back of the pack. I was in the middle, in the back of the pack, which is not where I wanted to be, but that's okay. I was at the World Championship. When I got in the water, I started screaming, and I had to look around and just look and experience like, holy shit, I am here. So going out, pretty much 1.2 miles, felt really strong, felt really good. At one point, I even looked up. I had to stop and just sort of look around and be like, I'm here. I'm here. When we made that turn, that the Body Glide boat made the turn to the right, and that, like I said, going out was really fast. I actually started feeling some chafing though, and that was early on in the swim. So I thought, okay, the chafing's gonna be there. Nothing you can do about it until you get out of the water. Just load up on Vaseline. And so then did the swim. Like I said, I felt good on the swim. I felt strong. I didn't, I don't think I went into my own little world, because sometimes when I swim, I just sort of like doodle a little bit. So I did, my goal on the swim is to stay strong and to really stay on top of mine instead of doodle and just sort of fart around and all that stuff. But there were 2 times that I did stop to just look to see where I was at and to just soak it all in. So coming back was actually a lot harder. At one point I saw our condo, and our condo is about a mile from the pier, and then I looked up again. I still saw the condo, and I was like, wait a minute, I am not moving. So coming back was a little bit harder. But as I was coming in, I saw the Gatorade bottle on the left. I saw the church on the right. I knew that I just finished the Ironman World Championship swim. And I didn't know what I was at. I really didn't. I didn't know my time. I didn't know anything. But I really wanted to take in the experience, because people are like, oh, you're going to crush it. You're going to do awesome. You guys have to remember, I did an Ironman 8 weeks ago from the Ironman World Championship. So honestly, I knew I wasn't going to crush it. I knew I put all my eggs in one basket for Tremblant. So for me to just get here and experience it was really the ultimate goal. And that's exactly what I did. So I get out of the swim, and you'll see photos of me. I'll post some below, but I just screamed. I was so excited. I take off my Roka. I ended up going with the sleeves on the Roka, which were awesome. And I just was ecstatic. just ecstatic. So I go into transition, and I took a little bit of time. I didn't try to rush it, just because, like, it is what it is. And so I just wanted to make sure I had everything on me. I didn't have a volunteer right away, and then somebody came up and said, "Hey, can I help you?" I said, "Yep, you sure can." And so the transition, so my swim time was about an hour and 20. Wasn't too happy with it, but I was okay with it. It was a non-wetsuit swim. And, my wetsuit swim at Tremblant was a 1:13. So, and then you're in the ocean, and it's a little bit different. A lot of the elements, a lot of the waves. I did a non-wetsuit swim at Florida, and I think maybe I was at a 118, 119, something like that. So I'm really okay with that. I really I'm good. I was good with that. So I get out of transition. It was transition is a pretty long to go get your bike, which is fine. And I get out of transition, and then I take off on the bike.